In 2019, we took you on the journey, a never-before-seen look into Chesterfield County Police training. 2 years and thousands of views later, we kept getting the same questions. What happens after the academy? It's the 79th Basic Academy's first week of field training, or FTO, the first 10 weeks of a new officer's career after graduating the Basic Academy.
I'm Officer Alicia McNulty. I'm from Chesterfield. I went to Clover Hill High School and Liberty University.
During this time, the rookie officer will learn on the job and from their FTO's experience.
FTO is right out of the academy. You're out on the road, you're learning, and you've got an officer with you that is experienced, that knows what they're doing, that can kind of guide you along, make sure that you understand all the administrative processes, and then also make sure that you know the right thing to do and you're confident with your decisions, and just kind of be there to monitor you, make sure that you know what's going on, you know the best course of action in every situation.
Early in today's shift, Officer McNulty and her field training officer are dispatched to a serious car crash in the Moseley area of Chesterfield.
To be a Chesterfield police officer, that means that you've dedicated yourself to the community of Chesterfield County, and you're going to do everything that you can to help these people through whatever their day has brought them, and whatever kind of crisis or time of need or car accident or whatever's going on with their day, you're there to help. And your primary responsibility is going to be Chesterfield County.
FTOs are specifically chosen by the department based on merit and individual performance. Newly graduated officers train on all shifts, including midnights.
I'm Officer Zach Clark. I'm from Chesterfield County, Virginia. I went to Matoka High School, and then I went to Virginia Wesleyan University, where I studied and got my degree in criminal justice. First phase FTO is kind of getting your foot rolling, getting the ball moving, because you're kind of still lost. But this is where you're supposed to learn, and take it all in from your FTO and just ask as many questions as you can, and just get a feel for what you're doing.
As a field training officer, what you're expecting from a stage 1 recruit is just the eagerness of the job. This is the part where you get to come out of the academy and start applying everything that you've learned. It's going to every call you can, getting the experience, watching other officers interact with the community, applying things and experience that they've had, and then kind of absorbing that and turning that into kind of how you're going to mold yourself into an officer. You should take the good and the bad and turn that into what you want to be as an officer.
Hey, sir, how you doing tonight?
Hi, officer.
Hey, man, I had you speeding back there on Walmsley.
I apologize. I'm not too familiar with the area.
Not too familiar from the area? Where are you coming from, man?
I'm coming from Henrico.
Just from Henrico?
Yes, sir.
All right, sounds good. Do you have your license registration on you?
Yes, I do.
Mind if I get that?
Absolutely.
And your approved insurance card, too, if you have it?
Yes, I believe I have it.
VSIN clear, NCIC clear.
All right, you're going to write him a ticket?
No, I'm not today.
Okay.
Yep.
What you're going to do is come slow down.
All right, so here's all your paperwork back.
Thank you.
I want to say thank you for your cooperation tonight. I'm not going to write you a ticket for the speeding.
Thank you.
Just do me a favor and just slow down.
Absolutely.
And be safe getting home, all right?
Yeah, thank you very much, officer.
No problem. Have a better night, all right?
Thank you.
That was good. I mean, that's ideal. Yeah. Obviously, you positioning the light correctly so that your approach is good. I obviously set my door, but you did well with outside doors. So Zach has a very big heart. You can tell when he interacts with the community. He is very eager to learn about each scenario. He's asking questions beyond a first stage FTO, showing compassion, listening. He really seems to want to learn all facets of the job without any complaints or anything. He's just really a go-getter.
Field training is strictly mandated by the Virginia Department of Criminal Justice and Chesterfield County Police Command Staff. Supervising the FTO program for the 79th Basic is Lieutenant Jeff Easton, Administrative Supervisor of Uniform Operations.
Basically, what I want to see is if recruits can take what they learned in the academy and apply it to the road. So for stage 1, a lot of the work, probably about 80%, is going to be done by the FTO, and only 20%. So there's a lot of questions that go on the recruits' end. They're going to be trying to figure out what's expected of them in FTO. So as far as I'm concerned, there aren't a lot of expectations. I'm just really trying to formulate in my mind if there are going to be any problems down the road in later stages.
Phase 1 FTO is good. I've been working for a few days now. It's very overwhelming. There's a lot of information. I'm trying to take it all in. I'm trying to take it like one day at a time, one call at a time, and just make sure that I'm learning and absorbing everything that's being thrown at me, because it is a lot. But it's been fun so far. It's been fun to be like hands-on in the community, helping people with their actual problems instead of in the training setting. But it's been good.
Phase 1 FTO was, honestly, it was a lot. At first, I didn't really know exactly what to expect. I was expecting to go to a lot of calls, outside my beat, in my beat, make a lot of traffic stops, and that's exactly what I did. I took a lot of reports, went to a variety of different calls, a lot of frauds, robberies, got a couple of DUI arrests, and overall it was a good time, a good experience, and I definitely learned a lot so far.
The 79th overall, I've been very pleased with them. They're right where they need to be for where they're at in training. Of course, mapping's always an issue for them, as well as for everyone. But other than that, I've been very, very pleased with their progress so far, especially with their attitudes and eagerness to learn.
All right, describe phase 1 in 3 words.
In 3 words, describe phase 1. Great learning experience. There we go. Does that work?
Very informative, thank you. Yep.
Second stage is good. I feel like I know a little bit more than I did. First stage was just very overwhelming, and trying to get all the administrative stuff figured out. I definitely still have a lot to learn. I'm still figuring things out, getting to calls that I haven't been on and seeing what to do from a different perspective, and getting a different opinion on ways to do things, ways to talk to people, and the best way to go about handling different types of calls. So it's been good.
Stage 2 is really a continuation of stage 1, except the recruit officer is expected to do a little more than in stage 1. So they are still very much in a learning process and asking a lot of questions. They're just picking up where they left off in stage 1 and are applying it a little bit further.
Hello. Hello. I'm Officer McNulty with Chesterfield Police. I pulled you because you drove through that stop sign back there.
Oh, wow.
Do you have your license and registration with you?
I do. It's in my pocket.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Thank you. Just stay right here. I'll be right back.
All right, sounds good.
From Richmond City Jail. Both units be in service of on-air juvenile corrections. Empty.
So where's your busy at on air?
All right, ma'am. So I did write you a summons for disregarding the stop sign.
Okay.
This is your information over here. Your court date and time is right here. This is the address. And then it is prepayable, so you can call this number down here and talk to the court and get that worked out before if you choose to do so. I'm gonna have you sign right here. Here's your license and registration.
Thank you.
And I'm just gonna have you sign right here. I have a pen.
Thanks.
It's not an admission of guilt, it's just a promise to appear in court. Thank you. Drive safe. I'll give you your copy. Shut up around that. Here's yours. Let me just get that out of the way.
Adults, you want to consider hate? Is a possibility that it's a crime?
The FTO manual, in effect, is the Bible for law enforcement. Going through certifications, it is itemized for certain tasks that are brought on by DCJS that officers need to be able to know how to do in order to be a standalone officer at the end of field training. So they're all critical tasks. They're standardized, decided by DCJS.
At the beginning of the day of production, while meeting for the first time, Officer Clark and his FTO are dispatched to a panic alarm activation at a local doctor's office.
Keep your head on the swivel.
Second stage is going good. It's a little more stressful than first stage. I'm expected to do a lot more, but overall I'm getting into a lot more things and I'm enjoying it.
So how are you going to clear it?
5 and 19, false alarm.
Close.
Or malfunction.
There we go. What I look forward into a second stage FTO recruit, they should be able to engage into a both victim, suspect, a person on the street, and come into a conversation with them. They should know basic county policy, department policy, basic traffic law, and stepping into the criminal law too. When asked a question, they might stumble a little bit, but they should be able to get to the answer with a little bit of prodding and prodding, or by themselves.
388 or 5 and 19, malfunction.
I'm looking forward to working in a new area and working night shift. I think it's going to be really different. Working days was fun, but it's definitely, from what I've heard, it's a totally different kind of police work to work at night. Especially, I'm going to be in a completely different area of the county. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of different things that I'm going to see that I haven't gotten the opportunity to see yet, and I'm going to get to go to a lot of different calls that I haven't been able to experience, so I'm excited.
I've gotten a lot of experience at a second stage. I've gotten into more criminal, I guess, acts. I got into a foot pursuit actually my very first night. Almost got into a vehicle pursuit the other night, but overall it's just been a lot more intense and a lot more on me than first stage.
During production of The Journey in 2018, 7 recruits were separated from the 73rd Basic Academy class, including Ashley Cash and Quantum Hicks. Both recruits made impressive comebacks to the Chesterfield County Police Department.
My name is Ashley Cash. I'm from Vesuvius, Virginia. I went to Longwood University, which is where I met Officer Malatesta, and she recruited me from Longwood, and I moved straight here. When I graduated from Longwood, I moved here the summer of 2018 to start the Chesterfield Police Academy. Yes, sir. Early on in the academy, it got to where I could no longer do a push-up. And it's not because I was weak, because I'm not a weak person. So in college, the wrist injury came about because I played rugby all throughout college, and my coach tackled me one day at practice and messed up my wrist, which I didn't know until the academy. But it physically hurt to do a push-up. So I told my training staff and my classmates, went and got checked out, and it turns out I had torn everything in my left wrist. And then followed by that, I tried to jump back into it after rehab of my left wrist, and it turned out I tore some things in my right wrist. The injury was going to prevent me from doing something that I've always wanted to do.
Officer Cash was out of action for almost 2 years, but was medically cleared for the 79th Basic Academy.
When I heard that I was good to go for the 79th Basic Academy, that was the best feeling I've ever had. Because for the longest of time, it was just getting knocked down. I didn't think I was ever going to make it, and it was a sigh of relief. The first week of the academy is supposed to scare everyone to a degree, but I was essentially glad to be back in that role just because it's what I want to do, and I know I had to get through it to get to where I want to be. FTO has been great. I like seeing how to do the job, learning how to do the job more in depth. My FTO has been great. I'm learning a lot, and it's been a really nice experience. My favorite thing so far about being a police officer is just trying to get things off the street that shouldn't be on the street, and trying to talk to people and trying to better their situation.
Quadam Hicks restarted his journey with the 81st Basic Academy in March of 2021.
The county, the department believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. That was the biggest thing to me. Just as I'm showing their support, you know, they're telling me keep pushing, you know, keep reaching to this goal of being an officer. So that was the support from the department brought me back.
During his time away from the academy, Recruit Hicks worked as a police service aide in Chesterfield County.
It was wonderful, especially if you want to do this job as being an officer. You know, it teaches you things that you will learn on the road. Just, you know, not just going to hot calls or anything. The report writing, especially interacting with the citizens, you're going to be dealing with them on a daily basis. So once you master that, you know, just being comfortable being around people, talking to people, I think it'll help you out a whole lot.
Breathe.
Even though you were in that situation at that time, it was hard, you know, things were going mentally through your brain, or anybody personally. Just take a second, take your breath, get your thoughts together. You know, from my position in the department, my goal was always wanting to be an officer.
If you get an injury in the academy, at least in this department, don't rush it. Don't come back before your doctor says not to, or if your doctor even says you could start now, but I recommend waiting longer. Take the longer time. The academy is very physically demanding, and it has to be. It should be. Don't rush it. It pays off in the end.
No matter all the obstacles, I just took a different route to get there. I worked in different positions in the department to help me get back to that route. So just never give up, no matter what situation you face. All the bad thoughts going through your head, just never give up. Just stay strong, and just keep grinding, keep pushing.
And everything happens for a reason, so I try to look at it like that. The transition from days to midnights, so for the first 2 stages of my FTO, I was on days, and then I had 2 days to get on midnight schedule. The transition was really short. It was fast, but as far as the work on night shift, I really enjoy it. I enjoyed the people I'm working with, and it's been a good time.
So this one, what happened here was this dude backed in.
The first 2 stages I really feel are learning stages for the recruit officers. And I realized that it is a weaning process. And 3rd stage kind of flips the script. So in the first 2 stages, the recruit officers are just observing, they're asking a lot of questions, and the FTO is doing a lot of the work. In 3rd stage, the recruits start doing more of the work while the FTO is observing and trying to help them out in any way. So I look at them more critically in 3rd stage. I feel that in 3rd stage, that's when they should start to get all satisfactory ratings. And I even require them at that point to send me a memo if they don't, because by that time they should start being able to get all the bugs out of their system, learn about what is expected of them. They should start heading towards being on their own. 3rd and 4th stage go by very quickly, and if there are issues, I need to find out why.
Stage 3 is a lot about me being more self-sufficient and getting to the call and knowing what to do on my own instead of looking to someone else to kind of guide me through it. I'm expected to kind of like take over on the radio, and I'm doing everything on my own on stage 3, and they're just there as like a support system to make sure I don't make any big mistakes or anything. So it's a little different. There's more that's expected out of me. I'm expected to be more independent and self-sufficient in general.
Go ahead.
You're looking at that halfway mark, right? So that third stage is you want to start seeing that self-sufficiency on the part of the FTO. Nothing crazy. There's going to be, obviously things that they haven't seen or haven't done. But I want to see them be able to go to calls, get information, speak to witnesses, separate people, and determine if we have a crime or if we have something civil. And if we do have a crime, what are we doing to from there? What steps are we taking to manage that situation? So a little bit of more responsibility and self-sufficiency on the part of the FTO. And so we'll see how she does.
Tax clear on a 2016 silver Toyota to
I was dispatched to a suspicious vehicle, and then when I got there and talked to him, he had just pulled over. He was looking for directions to get to his friend's house, who was just texting him. So we just talked for a little bit. I helped him with directions, and then he was really polite and cooperative, so he just went on his way.
Are you going to night shift?
I'm going to
Halfway through field training, the recruit officers check in with Lieutenant Easton.
FTO, yeah, I'm going to midnights on Falling Creek.
Was your first choice?
It was.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, good.
Yep.
That'll be a good learning platoon.
Right. That's what I've been told.
And you'll be with your several of your
Yep.
classmates,
It will
which
be.
is good.
Yep.
If I don't talk to you before then, once you get to that platoon, just look for someone that has been out here that you can trust.
Right. So third stage is going well. A lot of the role is on me now. My FTO officer is forcing me to make more decisions, and making me figure out things on my own. Versus, for stage 1, I could look to my FTO and be like, hey, what should I do here? Now it's kind of like him asking me that, like, what are you going to do here? So that's been fun. The whole FTO stage, it's been going well. I've been working a lot of Zone 3. Nights in Zone 4 was fun. But overall, I'm just having a good time and just trying to take it all in.
Third stage is starting to get more to that transition period where he's going to be self-sufficient versus the first 2 stages. It's 80% on us, 20% on the recruit. By the time it gets to third stage, it's going to be 70-80% on the recruit and 20% on us. So I'm going to be focusing on, asking him what he's doing versus telling him what he's doing.
For third stage this is my first stage on day work, so I just want to experience that, see how it is.
Officer Clark and his FTO had been dispatched to a panic alarm at a local school. The alarm was a malfunction.
I know stage 4 is a few days shorter, so I almost have like less time to prove myself and more expectations. So I am a little bit nervous, but I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good learning experience, and I'm glad I'll have another officer there with me that is experienced and knows what he's doing to kind of walk me through that last process and be there before I'm like fully released out on my own.
To be honest, I'm nervous because everything's going to be on me now, but I feel prepared for it as well. Throughout the first 3 stages of FTO, I've gotten a lot of experience, and I'm ready to be out there on my own.
The thing I'm looking forward to the most in stage 4 is just being more independent, but still also having that person there just in case I lead someone down the wrong path, or if I mess up something, I still have that person there with me.
Officers McNulty and Cash have just found out they will be assigned to the same shift after graduating from field training.
I'm excited. It's going to be cool. It's going to be cool to like have gone through the same classes and had the same kind of base knowledge, and then be able to like work off of each other and learn together. I think it's going to be cool.
I think it's going to be nice too, just to have like a friendly face there as well. And we already know each other. We know we work well together, so I think it'll be beneficial.
Yeah, and we've already like experienced being in like different situations together, so I feel like I kind of know how you're going to react in some things. Like I just know I have that like baseline trust and like respect for you coming out of the academy and seeing obviously you now and going through everything. It's going to be really cool to be out on the road together.
I agree.
The recruit officers are in their final stage of field training. While they are excited to graduate and begin their careers, they must meet the challenges of Stage 4.
At the end of 4th stage, the officer that's going through field training will be doing most of the work, with the FTO doing very little. And so the expectation is they need to show the capacity to work by themselves by the end of FTO. So anything that they're showing that they have a discrepancy on or that they're struggling with becomes magnified at that point, and I need to figure out why they're struggling, or to help them along, or to extend them, because I'm certainly not going to put somebody out on the road that I don't feel is ready or can get themselves hurt or someone else hurt. You know, the goal at the end of 4th stage is to make sure that they're capable of performing alone as an officer.
So 4th stage is going good. It can be a lot at times. Everything is on me now. When it comes to having questions or not sure what to do on a call, I can't look over to my FTO and just have an answer right there. I have to turn to my beat partners. But at this point in 4th stage, I pretty much am starting to figure it out on my own, and it's going good. So I responded to a hit and run call, a police service, where a guy was falling behind a dump truck and rocks were falling out of the truck and just smacking him on the windshield. And instead of pulling over and helping him out, it drove away. So he pulled over in a parking lot and called us, and we were able to come out to him and help him, get him a police report, and send him out on his way.
4th stage recruits should be ready to go out on their own. When I ride along with a 4th stage FTO, I make them do everything. I'm only there to give last-minute guidance to make sure that they are safe. They don't do anything outside of policy or anything that would be considered to be illegal. Other than that, they are on their own. They should be ready to go. By the time they graduate 4th stage, they should be absolutely ready, know exactly what they're doing, and that's what 4th stage is all about.
4th stage is going really well so far. It's completely hands-off for the FTOs, so they basically just stand like 15 feet behind me and watch while I'm on calls, make sure I'm doing the right thing and making the right calls. And it's really just me operating as if no one else is there helping me, working with my beat partners and other officers on the road, making sure I'm using my resources so I know who to call if I have any questions, and then they're just there to make sure I don't royally screw anything up. So it's been good. It's a lot of fun. I'm in a new area with a new officer, and I'm still learning a lot, so it's good. I was dispatched to an alarm call at this residence. The owners requested a keep check since they're out of town on vacation. So I went out and I checked the premises and everything's secure. So they'll just give them a call back and let them know.
After the 8-month police academy and several months of field training, the 79th Basic Police Academy have graduated. They now begin their probationary year.
It feels fantastic to be graduating FTO. Not that I haven't enjoyed the company of riding with other officers or anything like that, but it's going to be nice to be out on my own and just give a feel for how I am.
I'm really excited to be out on my own and take everything that I've learned over all 4 stages of field training in the different areas I've worked with the different officers and apply that to what I want to do and how I want to operate out on my own. I feel like I've learned a lot more than I even thought was possible in the last few months. It's been really good, a lot of new experiences, and it was just really good to learn from people who know what they're doing and have been out here for a long time and doing police work for a lot longer than I even thought about doing it. So it's been really good. I'm excited to be out on my own. I'm a little bit nervous just because I don't know everything still. I'm still going to be learning when I'm out on my own. But I'm excited to meet new people and work with new people and do the career the way I want to do it. So it's been good.
Are you ready?
Yep.
To the residents of Chesterfield County, I just want all y'all to know that we're here to serve you all, and I'm looking forward to being out there and being able to help. I'm ready to get the show on the road. 278, I'm 10-8.
Don't be scared to call. I'm here for y'all. If you ever need anything, I'll be right there. 362, I'm 10-8.
We are here to help you. Whenever you need something, give us a call. We'll be just a couple minutes away. And we're going to do everything we can, use all the resources in our power to make sure that whatever you're going through, we can get you through it, and we'll be there alongside you to help you out.
Okay, we're going to try again. 231, I'm available.
All right, kid.
Okay.
Be safe out there, all right?
Thank you.
I'm really proud of you.
Thanks.